Good afternoon. I am Rich Nass. I am the Executive Vice President of Open Systems Media and leader of the Embedded Computing Design franchise. I am here for this embedded solutions video with Gino Flores, who is a product manager for EverFocus. The reason I wanted to bring Gino into the picture is that he speaks to his customers who happen to be you, the design engineer, on a very regular basis. So I'd like to bring in Gino. Hello, Gino. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Rich. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much in this crazy time and world that we are in right now. Let's talk about this topic at a higher level before we get into a specific product. Where are we today?
The place that we are when it comes to mobile devices is that we're able to have cameras on our vehicles, and we're able to record it. Most people would probably have that just for their insurance purposes, to limit liabilities. What we are proposing here at EverFocus is that we could add a little bit more to that, add a little bit artificial intelligence, if you will, to help navigate the world around us.
Okay, so if I remember right, we wanted to talk about smart AI and how it translates into this application. Is that right?
That is correct. That's essentially what I'll be going over today. Smart AI transportation, what that entails, and then a little bit over our product category. So that way.
Okay. So before we get into the presentation, just so we're at a baseline, what is your definition of smart AI for transportation issues?
Smart AI will be a system that we integrated from our cameras to our recorders that will be able to eliminate blind spots. We'll be able to stop false positives. I'm sure you see new vehicles out there where you go and back up and automatically starts beeping at you. You look back and it was nothing. It might have been a leaf that came in front of the radar sensor, might have been something simple. So what our system does, as one example, is that it eliminates false positives. It'll bring up to your attention when there are obstacles on your blind sides. And if your vehicle is part of a fleet, which is what we're proposing our systems for fleet managers, they can also help save time and money because it'll help you reroute where your fleet is going to. That's
great. Let's get into the presentation then.
Yeah, so here is the an example of our total solution. And this is our mobile NVRs or DVRs. We'll call them the recorders. And cameras are installed in vehicles. The recorders will get their positioning from GPS or GSM satellites with optional accessories. You could also get vehicle information like oil temperature, engine RPM, braking, etc. And all those would be recorded. When that information is recorded in conjunction with the video to the recorders, then we can transmit that information over with 3G, 4G, or 5G connection to our storage servers, either our systems or through clouds, which will have our fleet management systems, like our XV. At the customer's headquarters, the fleet manager will be able to see the video and vehicle's position in real time. So this is what we do now.
So you just said something very interesting. Are you 5G ready?
Yes, we have modules that are being produced at the moment. So they should be ready with all major ISPs by the third quarter. So what the other slide provided you is what our current technology is able to do. But thanks to AI, we will be able to do more. The software that powers all of our mobile recorders is called All-in-One Artificial Intelligence Network Video Recorder Software, AIO, AI, NVR for short. AIO NVR can be installed in either Ubuntu or Windows 10 Internet of Things x86 machines. So for those customers that have a need to create their own custom system, we also have our AIO NVR SDK and our AI model SDK available. These AI models use AI functions from OpenVINO, Intel VAS, and our EverFocus algorithm. So why is this a thing? Well, traditional mobile recorders could only record multi-camera footage, give you simple notifications like speed, movement, IO alarms, etc. They had some type of snapshot cloud and allowed for remote operation and configurations. What we have done with AIO, AI NVR is added AI functions to the traditional mobile recorder. So our new recorders will be able to know when a driver is tired or distracted. That way it can alert the driver to maybe take a break. It recognizes faces, which can be used for multiple applications. One of them to allow entry to a vehicle, turn on the vehicle. It eliminates blind spots by bringing to the attention of the driver possible obstacles, which we mentioned previously. And that could help eliminate false positives. It can also help you determine through the blind spots if the driver brakes, needs to change directions or accelerate. There's also vehicle recognition, which prevents false positives when identifying those other obstacles that could be in front of you or behind you. It eliminates and it even eliminates other types of false positives like pedestrians, because it's able to see when a pedestrian is approaching or going away from the vehicle. And this is all done in real time without needing to transmit information to another server, which wastes precious seconds that a driver needs to make decisions at that moment.
Now, I would think here accuracy is the most important feature that you can provide. Is there some way of quantifying the accuracy of the system so you can compare to somebody else's system?
We are working on that. The system on its own, when it's recognizing faces, it will tell you from its prior recognitions what precision it's on. So let's say if it takes a picture of me while I'm walking, near the vehicle, and then later on it takes another picture of me, then it'll tell me if it's 60%, 70%, or 80%, accurate, depending on what it had before on its records. So it's always constantly learning.
That's great, thank you.
So with AI on the edge, then automatic vehicle monitoring, AVM, in the recordings, we have created, if you will, a driving assistance system. This will be done by the mobile recorder using AI edge computing powered by Intel's OpenVINO and Movidius, because Intel is an AI industry leader. Intel's technology and our recorders enable deep learning inference from edge to cloud while accelerating AI workloads, including computer vision and audio. Our AIO AI NVR software client and mobile app can be installed on a workstation or on a phone for projects that do not have or need to manage more than a few vehicles, unlike a fleet. Let me go over some AI scenarios. I've been speaking about a blind spot monitoring. So, here's an example that we go over. Unfortunately, we know by now that humans cannot truly multitask. What we do is spend a few seconds of our attention on different things. When we're driving, we'll scan what's in front of us. We'll scan a little bit ahead of that. Maybe look at the mirrors, change radio stations, get a sip of water. These tasks take away from our other areas of driving. And here's where AI will help the driver dramatically, because our recorders will not get tired or distracted. The recorders will know when a pedestrian or vehicle is in a blind spot. Are they moving away towards us? How close are they to the vehicle? The recorders will bring that to the attention, and you'll hear an audible alarm. The driver will know when to steer into, brake, or reverse while the person or vehicle is in the way.
Are you seeing that at some point these things will be mandated by, I hate to say the government, but by the government, that you'll have to have these features in every new vehicle?
We foresee that in the years to come, not in the next 5 years or so, but very much down the road. Okay. AI would be a great addition to vehicles to augment safety.
Absolutely, I agree.
And not just on the vehicle as well, maybe for traffic flow monitoring. As you can see on the slide, that's another scenario where we're thinking recorders with AI will help us all. I say that because, well, we both, you and I, know how much time we spend on the road waiting on traffic and wishing for it to magically disappear. Recorders would be able to assist city operators because the recorders will keep a tally of people and vehicles with location and time. A city operator would know if their traffic solutions affecting traffic in real time. This is fascinating to me because until now, traffic information. That's Siri for you. This, like I was saying, it's fascinating because at least here in California, every time there's traffic, what city operators end up doing is adding more lanes to the freeways or more freeways, and that doesn't seem to eliminate traffic. If anything else, you see more cars on the road. We were hoping that this would help city managers, city operators have their plans be more data driven. Here, I would like to show an example of what the hardware shows when it's installed on a vehicle and what the driver will see. For best AI assistance, it is recommended that 4 cameras be installed, 1 in the front, 2 in the left and the right blind spots, and 1 in the rear. You can see that in each camera view in the mobile recorder, a vehicle is being tracked. For example, in the top left corner, we have the camera that is facing the front. There you can see the vehicle in front of us is slowing down and a warning is being displayed. Here, AI is being used and you can see it in action. It's not just the recorder capturing some random motion, it knows that it's a vehicle that is slowing down, and that can affect the driver's decision. Here the slide says train stations, but realistically, our recorders with AI can be installed in any building that people use. With our recorders with AI, a station manager or building manager is now able to count in real time how many people are using the station's halls, ticket gates, escalators, etc. The manager can get a warning when crowd density has increased and open more areas for movement, or close areas if the density has lowered. The manager can also get an alert when loitering has been detected. The recorders can be used to make lines and regions in order to create an accurate count, which will help create reports by day, week, month, or even year. And since we are the manufacturer, we can also help integrate different AI functions that the manager or customers may need for the specific project.
Boy, the number of uses here is just infinite. I see your short list of places that it could be used, and just off the top of my head, I could think of many, many more. I think it's a technology. Once it gets in the hands of the developer, they're going to come up with things that you never thought of.
That's an interesting point, and that is true. I find it fascinating when we put out a solution and then something new comes out, something that was completely unexpected, but fascinating. And these technologies can help our improve our lives. We're hoping that customers will be able to utilize all the potential intelligence that we put into them. Here, what I have is a little bit of our Playback video management system. You could get real-time messages, you could get event type notifications, immediate playback of footage. You could also export the file to popular video formats and create reports based on different criteria. And here, let me go over a few of our product categories. So your viewers can't see what we have out there. And what have I been speaking about? Here's an example of 4 of our recorders. And all of these have mobile computing, AI computing in them, in the systems. They're all powered by Intel, and they all have NVRs. And you could have anywhere from 4 cameras up to 8 cameras. I misspoke, 12 cameras in the systems.
And the resolution of those cameras?
anywhere from D1, which is 960H, all the way up to 4 megapixel. So 2K resolution. Imagine having something that's a few inches tall, a few inches wide, being able to record 12 cameras at 1080p or more.
That's awesome.
And here's a little bit about our recorders. We have two types of cloud systems. So we call one the local cloud and the other one the true cloud. Our local cloud is what you see in front of us, and they could record up to 128 vehicles. Doesn't matter how many cameras are in those vehicles. And that would be like the Soter 128. Again, all powered by Intel. And if we have customers that have a need for a larger amount of vehicles, then we could even work with Microsoft Azure for a true cloud solution.
So when you say local cloud, what does that mean exactly?
A local cloud is like one of these machines in front of you. The fleet owner will have that in their installation. So it's a cloud in the sense that the mobile recorders are recording locally to that vehicle's computer system.
So that would be an on-premise cloud.
On the premise for that vehicle, exactly.
Very good.
And then these cloud systems would be back at the garage or the fleet home station.
Okay.
This right here, what you're looking at, is our EverFocus mobile video platform, and this is what we currently do. This is non-AI, so that's also available. They could record from 4 channels up to 12 channels, also in 1080p resolution. So for people that do not require AI, this is also available. And here is the fleet management software that is running in the local cloud or the true cloud. You'll be able to do light monitoring, GPS position of the vehicle, can help create geofencing, provides driver and vehicle statistics, will notify fleet managers when an event is happening, and can be viewed with its own mobile app. And of course, we also have partnered with Wyland, and our mobile DVRs can connect to them as well.
So this brings up a question for me looking at this particular slide. You need an ecosystem of partners to make this work. You wouldn't get everything that you need from EverFocus. You have to pull in parts from different places. So what have you done to cultivate that ecosystem?
So we have partnered with, first of all, we use common standards of connections. For our cameras, we use either OMBIF if they're network cameras, RTSP, that's another protocol that we use. For our analog cameras, we also use AHD, TVI, CVI. And for our partners, like you mentioned, our software is through us. We partnered also with Intel. So we use OpenVINO and Movidius. And for the recorders, we also use Axon or Exac. And because we use standardized protocols, our systems can be used with most manufacturer systems as well. When it comes to cellular connectivity, you can use our own modules, or through Ethernet connection, you could use a mobile router from any of the big manufacturers as well, and use their mobile solutions or mobile cellular routers.
That was really interesting, Gino. Thank you very much. So how do our readers go back getting more information about this technology?
You could go ahead and visit our website, everfocus.com. You could also call us directly. Our phone number is 626-844-8888. Or you can email me, gino.flores@everfocus.com, and I will promptly respond to you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. That was Gino Flores. He is a product manager for EverFocus, and I am Rich Nass with Open Systems Media. You have a great day, Gino, and thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.